This video explores DNA fingerprinting, in particular the use of VNTR's variable number of tandem repeats, which can be used to create a DNA fingerprint for analysis. A crime has occurred while all isolating under one roof. Declan, my dad, and the only non-ginger member of the family, has woken up with his hair having been dyed ginger while asleep. There are 4 other people isolating with him currently, and thus there are 4 suspects. These suspects will now be identified. The culprit, however, was not sneaky enough and left evidence, a singular hair. The suspects include Lorcan, my brother, Vanessa, my mother, Ron Weasley, a friend of ours. In addition, as we also have a ginger dog, we need to ensure the hair left behind does not belong to her. In order to identify whom the hair belongs to, the DNA was amplified for 2 different VNTR loci, creating a DNA fingerprint. In order to do so, these loci have to be polymorphic. VNTR locus 1, shown here, confirms that the hair did not belong to my dad, the victim, as both bands on the gel corresponding to the victim do not match the 2 bands for the hair sample. Using this same method, the total number of suspects can be narrowed down to 2, Lorcan and me, Aoife, as they are the only 2 that match totally with the hair sample. These loci can also be used for paternity tests and identifying family relations. As a child must receive one allele from the mother and the other allele from the father, which is what these bands correspond to, a child can be matched to their parents. In this case, both my dad, mum, and brother, as well as me, have the corresponding alleles for this locus present on the gel. Using different colours, the different inherited alleles are shown. As both me and my brother are identical at this locus, it is clearer. The purple band shows the allele that we have inherited from my mother, and the green shows the allele inherited from our father. This tracking of inheritance also occurs on the VNTR locus too, which is covered later. As any suspect is excluded from leaving the evidence if they do not match exactly at all loci, it is determined that either my brother or me dyed the hair. Even if the other suspects match at the second locus, it is not possible for them to have left the evidence as they do not match correctly for both. This is the second VNTR locus. Again, my brother and I have inherited an allele from each parent confirming our relation. However, the importance of this locus is confirming the DNA identification of the hair. At this locus, both my brother and my dog match exactly. I do not match exactly and therefore can now be ruled out along with the other suspects that have previously been found innocent. As my brother Lorcan is the only suspect to match exactly for both loci, he has been found guilty of the crime.